Great. Right, so we're going to go back to the share screen and we will go to the next one, please, Kate. Here we go. So, business and marketing coach, best-selling author and chief executive woman award winner for women in leadership. Kate left her 15-year corporate career in consulting engineering in 2014 to establish a thriving international coaching business. Her speciality is marketing strategy, helping women to start and grow thriving businesses that they love. She's just launched her book, Seeds of a Calling. There's the link that you can follow there, guys. Somebody described it as unput-downable. I highly recommend you get hold of it. So, Kate, over to you.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for having me here today. Hell, in my opinion, is never finding your true self, never living your life or knowing who you are. That was a quote by John Bradshaw. I spent the first 35 years of my life completely disconnected from my true self. I didn't know who I was, and it was a living hell. It was a Monday evening, and my father and I were sitting at the kitchen table. I was 17 years old, and I was about to make what I was told a very important decision. I had all my papers ready. I had filled in what I wanted to do at university. I was going to be a journalist with a minor in Italian. So I sat there with my dad and I said, Dad, yep, I'm ready. Here's my papers, ready to go. Dad gave me the talk about how that's wonderful, Kate, but there's no money in the humanities. So I said, but does that really matter? Because I love writing. I've always felt the call to write. It's what I do. It's my happy space. It's where I go when I'm stressed. I think I'd be really good as a journalist, Dad. And I got the lecture about how the world needs scientists and engineers who are going to solve the big problems of the world. So I agonized over my papers. I had 1 week left. It was a fight between my head and my heart, and I knew which one was going to win. Eventually, my hand picked up the pen and I wrote down major in science, Bachelor of Science, major in biotechnology. The flame inside me flickered and dimmed. I then spent the next 15 years of my life in a career that literally drained the life force out of me. I was good at it, yes, and everybody kept telling me, but you're so good at maths and science. But it's because I had to apply myself incredibly hard. I had to study my backside off. It didn't come easily. It wasn't natural to me, but I was doing it because I thought it was the right thing to do. I thought it was what the world needed. I was so busy trying to be what I thought others thought I should be. I was so caught up in people pleasing and overachieving. The overachieving was to try to gain the validation and approval that I so desperately sought. I needed my parents' approval like I needed oxygen. And underneath all the conditioning, I had no idea who I was. Conditioning suppresses your spirit and it steers you away from your truth. From the outside looking in my mid-30s, my life...
Kate, can I stop you for a second? Are you wearing a lapel mic?
No.
Right, because there's a bit of
rustling?
interruption. There's a lot of rustling.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let me try again. Let's see if this fixes it.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, and now we look like we might have lost you.
Ah.
Okay.
Am I back?
That's back. Yep, you're back.
Okay. I might have internet problems. That could be the...
Right. Sorry. Do carry on.
Okay. So in my mid-30s, from the outside looking in, you would think my life was perfect. I was holding down a senior managed position in an engineering consultancy in Perth. It looked like I had made it. I had the great salary. I had amazing international speaking opportunities at international conferences. I was a well-known specialist in my field. but on the inside, I was dying. For 15 years, my body had been trying to tell me that I was on the wrong path. It started out with extreme tiredness that wouldn't go away. It was a tiredness that I just couldn't shake. I had many doctor's appointments asking them what's wrong with me. First, it was iron supplements. Then they couldn't find anything else. Then it began with incessant brain fog that made it impossible to focus and concentrate on anything. Then the insomnia started. I couldn't sleep, and I was already tired. And the longer time went on, and the less sleep I got, I was literally a wreck. It was chronic fatigue that clouded every single day and sucked the joy out of every moment. And yet I felt the pressure to continue on and keep being this successful engineer that I thought I was meant to be. I then got a hyperactive thyroid. Then we struggled with infertility. And then we lost 2 babies at 12 weeks. Our second devastating miscarriage after 4 years of trying to have children. Losing our baby at 12 weeks was the final straw that broke the camel's back. After nearly 20 years of misery and heartache, I was finally brought to my knees. I literally did not want to go on anymore. Now I can see that the miscarriages and the illnesses were a gift that woke me up to how far I'd strayed from my true self. When you're out of alignment with your truth, your body tells you, whether it's anxiety or chronic illness, insomnia or fatigue, they're all your body's way of trying to tell you that you've drifted from your truth. You're supposed to listen to the feedback and the guidance that your body gives you. I ignored it constantly and I paid the price. So this is the price you pay when you turn your back on your truth. The number one regret of the dying, which was documented by Bronnie Ware, the famous palliative nurse in Australia. She noticed that all her patients who were dying, the number one regret they came up with was, I wish I'd had the courage to be true to myself instead of living the life others expected of me. And I had fallen into the age-old trap of trying to be what I thought others expected of me. 15 years of misery and struggle. As soon as I made the decision to shake off the conditioning and to quit my engineering career, which happened after the second miscarriage, which at the time I could see no way out, it was a gift that woke me up to finally giving up the facade of dropping the image of being a successful engineer and saying to the world, this is not me, this is not who I am, this is not who I want to be. It was not an easy decision to give up a technical career that I'd invested so many dollars, so many years into, but it was well worth it. When you stay connected to yourself and you stay loyal to your truth, life flows. When you start to drift, life gets challenging. And I think it's a wonder that we are programmed in this way, because the more you drift, your body will let you know. And I think it's our duty now to teach our younger children that your body is your guidance system and you should learn to listen. And if our medical system could embrace this concept, we would be much better off for it. So I want to end with a quote. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go and do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wonderful, Kate. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. Absolutely.
I'm sorry about the scratchiness on the...
That's fine. You'll hear it when we listen back to the recording. And I'm sorry I had to stop you in mid-flow.
Oh, I did. Thank you.
Made such a difference, and I love